In our news tonight, National Budget Conference, President Museveni says economy is recovering from COVID-19 impact. AC pegs increasing electoral petition on inadequate voter education. Masaka and Luengo security situation normalizing. Express upbeat ahead of Al Merrikh game. Hello there and welcome once again. We are coming to you live online and on air from Broadcast House on Nile Avenue. On sign language, it is Elizabeth Nakakoni and I am Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma. President Yoweri Museveni has assured the country that the economy will soon recover from the diverse effects of COVID-19. His message at the 2021 Budget Conference was delivered by the Vice President, Her Excellency Jessica Alupo, at Kololo Independence Grounds in Kampala. And it was under the theme, Industrialization for Inclusive Growth, Employment and Wealth Creation. Bernard Yiga reports.
Budget conference for the coming financial year 2022 to 2023 sought to concretize the budget strategy and the priorities required to meet the development agenda while addressing current socio-economic constraints. President Museveni, in a message delivered by the Vice President Jessica Alupo, said the country will soon recover from the shocks of COVID-19.
I wish to emphasize that broad objectives of the budget strategy for financial year 2022-2023 will focus on sustaining macroeconomic stability and national security, mitigating the COVID-19 impact, preparing for possibility of a third COVID-19 wave, ensuring full recovery of the economy and building a resilient base for socioeconomic transformation and inclusive growth. Given that government has taken steps to procure vaccines, expand hospital capacity through the recruitment of additional staff and or volunteers to assist with the management of the pandemic, the economy will soon recover, provided the population complies with the standard operating procedures and the corresponding directives set out by government to mitigate the spread of the coronavirus.
He expressed optimism in the new parish development model to improve farmers' incomes, among other strategies.
Further emphasis will be put on improving production and productivity to improve farmers' incomes, particularly smallholder farmers, through implementation of the parish development model. And in my own view, I think this will cure again another very key area which the representative of the private sector again pointed to in line with the growth of the budget vis-a-vis the growth of GDP.
The Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Matia Kasaija, said COVID-19 hit most sectors, thereby triggering an economic slowdown.
The Ugandan economy before the COVID-19 outbreak had gathered momentum. Real GDP grew at 6.3% in the financial year 17-18, accelerating to an 8-year high of 6.4% in 18-19. Unfortunately, the COVID pandemic triggered an economic slowdown, and Uganda recorded the real GDP growth of only 3% in financial year 19-20. This was the slowest rate in almost 3 decades, and the pace of expansion only picked up marginally to 3.3% in financial year 2021.
The most hit sectors were education, construction, tourism and hospitality, transport, food services, arts and entertainment, and recreation.
The focus of domestic revenue mobilization in financial 22-23 will be more on enforcing compliance than introducing new taxes. Countrymen, people who are doing business, People who are earning, please do accept to pay your taxes due. Paying tax is a duty, is a noble duty, it's not a punishment. When you pay tax, you are actually investing.
The conference also had submissions from the judiciary, local governments, development partners, civil society, and the private sector. Bernard Higa in Kampala.
Thanks, Bernard, for that report there. The election analysts have challenged the Electoral Commission to improve on preparation for general elections in order to minimize electoral petitions. The 2020-2021 general election has registered 155 election petitions compared to the one of 2016 that recorded 116 petitions. Let's get more in this report.
Recently, courts across the country embarked on the process of handling election petitions filed by aggrieved politicians in the just concluded 2020-2021 general elections. This year's general election registered 155 election petitions compared to the one of 2016 that recorded 116 petitions. But what does it mean when a country registers many electoral petitions?
The court takes priority when it comes to election petitions. So all other cases are put to a stop because the judges are handling election petitions because they have a timeline to actually achieve those, to handle those cases.
The direction of one, voter education preparedness of EC and the honesty of the citizenry down there. Somebody knows very well for sure he doesn't have A-level. He doesn't have A-level, but goes ahead to manipulate his way, and he nominates himself knowingly that on the background he doesn't qualify. And what gives him hope is that we are in a country where corruption can allow windows to be open. He goes thinking he can buy his way up to the end. At the end of the day, people get to know, and you'll appreciate that aspect of corruption, bribery, education, in court is a very serious ground where members lose.
During the evaluation of the 2020-2021 general elections by different stakeholders for Kampala region, inadequate civic and voter education were pointed out as one of the factors responsible for many electoral petitions.
Of course, it affects decision making. If somebody votes because he has been presented with a ballot paper, that tells you does not even have a second thought or a judgment. He wants to go and do his other errands. He just ticks and ticks. That's why people would find you and say, when are we voting? You say, no, but the other day when you are voting, I was, hey, you mean that was your election? So that really affects the outcome of an election, yes.
We said that with the civic education, chances of having even those cases would reduce if government would focus, or electoral commission would focus on aspects of civic education, because it borders into people not understanding what they are indulging in.
Stakeholders have advised the Electoral Commission to continuously engage with the stakeholders, being the electorates and the candidates.
Election is a process, not an event. After the elections, there are electoral officers in every district, in every sub-county. There are parish officers, even up to the parish supervisors. I want to appreciate the AC for that initiative, but they should be given a job to do. What is the district returning officer doing after elections? What is his routine job? What is his routine duty? I wake up, I go to work, I go. What do they do? So they should carry on with that process. And we were asking that there should be joint work between the Uganda Human Rights Commission, which is mandated to do the job of civic awareness or civic education. And if they can't do it, then Electoral Commission should spearhead that process so that we do it. There should be civic voter education, even with political party leaders.
However, the Electoral Commission pushed the blame of lack of enough voter education in the last concluded general elections to COVID-19 pandemic that restricted physical interaction.
But it was a change of strategy from the usual calling people in groups and talk to them maybe in a feed to the current social media through WhatsApp through electronic TV and radio mostly. Because of the pandemic, will not allow us to interact and talk to people, then they fire questions. So because of that shift from what the people have been used to what we used, some people were not aware. That one posed a challenge.
Another area of concern raised by stakeholders is the mismatch of particulars and the symbols of candidates. The hearing of electoral petitions is provided for under Section 36 of the Parliamentary Elections Act. Adiana Kote and Helen Gzamba, UBC.
Let's cross now to Greater Masaka, specifically to Chotera district, where it is said that life has normalized in Greater Masaka following the recent attacks that left many lives lost and scores of people injured by machete-wielding thugs. The findings indicate that foot patrols, village security meetings are some of the interventions taken to overwhelm their silence. Haruna Mtesa reports.
Security in Greater Masaka has been on test for last weeks after rampant killings by unknown assailants majorly in Masaka and Rengo district. Security experts reveal that the killings had no connection to property gains.
If these people are not from heaven, they're not aliens doing this, they're people from within. And it is important that village vigilantes or community-based policing and village neighborhood watch, these are tenable solutions that we were going to provide, looking at the capacity of our forces that are, because what we discovered is that manpower is picked from the central pool and brought to Masaka. So if this strikes tomorrow, say Gulu, this all manpower must be taken to Gulu or taken to Lira, and here it remains adamant. So we need a force that is 24 hours prepared here, and that can only be given by local solutions.
The Vice Chairperson Lango Parliamentary Caucus Okot Bitek says the need to reinforce community-based security interventions that can provide a lasting solution.
The country wants to know. The country wants to know what is happening in Masaka, in the Greater Masaka. Let all the multiple forces handle the multifaceted problems of Masaka and come with solutions that will keep an end to the same.
Of course, we have rejuvenated a number of village security committees and vigilantes who are willing patriotically to participate in night patrols. But I feel that basically, as we always guide them, that they should always get in touch with the nearest police.
Adoption of night patrols by vigilantes, neighborhood watch systems in collaboration with security agencies has yielded results. The resident district commissioner Chotera Moses Dumba said mobilization of residents from village level to provide security to themselves and timely responses has worked.
We have tried to reactivate the security committees right from the sub-counties, parishes, and lowest of the low LOC ones. As of now, we are moving sub-county by sub-county, town council by town council, to make sure that we increase awareness and we create avenues of how we can protect our people, the residents.
Tight security operations in the most affected areas have relatively contained the attacks. However, experts say government should consider revisiting its intelligence system to find out the root cause of the recent killings and avoid future scenarios. Haruna Mtesa reporting in Karisizo for UBC News.
Members of Parliament representing fishing communities have expressed worry over the fate and welfare of fishermen across the country. The worry follows reported closure of some islands such as Misonso and confiscation of boats and engines, leaving fishmongers stranded. And as we hear from our reporter Henry Okrut, these concerns come at a time State Minister for Fisheries Helen Adoa has issued a statement highlighting the need to register all fishermen across the country.
This letter was authored by Office of the Minister of State for Fisheries in the Ministry of Agriculture on the 6th of September 2021. It is an instruction to all district fisheries officers to ensure that all fishers in the districts are registered.
So we are saying, how many fishermen do we have in Uganda? So the first thing is to tackle the issue of getting to know the numbers. And before September, I need these records in my office so that we know how many fishers we have in Uganda.
This comes just a few weeks after a whole-day meeting was held at Kajansi on 23rd August 2021. It was held between Ministry of Agriculture's Directorate of Fisheries and members of Parliament representing fisheries communities.
We have a new Nalufenya, as was portrayed by the public then, which is specifically preserved of the fishing communities called Kawongo.
If we helped these people, they return the illegal, unwanted nets, government does something in exchange for them.
That's why I'm advocating that these poor youth, these poor women, these poor men be put in two groups, and we buy them also their own boats. Let them have their own boats, their own engines, and their own nets.
Members of Parliament from fishing communities have, however, expressed some reservations over what they describe as unfair policies towards the fishing sector.
When you say that these women or these men go to the fishing or the processing factories to do the business of the fishermen from there, then you're making their life difficult.
There are certain people who want to monopolize the trade and want to bar those people who are trading in fish more from doing that activity.
They want government to safeguard the fishing communities, something which government has affirmed its commitment to.
So we are having issues that need to be addressed, and there is no way we can keep quiet as parliamentarians who are representing these fishermen, yet the fishing community is almost dying out.
Issues of the lake, if you fail to solve them on the land, you cannot solve them in the lake. Even when our people call us that there is a conflict in the lake, police finds it very difficult to intervene.
Which kind of fishes are they? Are they for tilapia? Are they for Nile perch? Are they for silverfish? Are they for kolongo? Are they for catfish? We want to categorize and know them so that we support them. Government comes in to support the fishers according to the numbers we have.
Currently, the State Minister for Fisheries, Helen Adowa, is on a countrywide tour of fisheries communities to spread the gospel against illegal fishing.
Today I was in Katosi with the invitation of the MP of the area because they had a misunderstanding with the Fisheries Protection Unit on the issue of smoking of the fish and then the licensing of fishmonger traders. So I had to go there to harmonize them and harmonize those issues.
It is also meant to promote a cordial relationship between fishermen and the Fisheries Protection Unit of the Uganda People's Defense Forces. Henry Okorut, UBC.
It's coming to 21 minutes after 8 in the studios of UBC TV. We'll now be taking a very short break, but we'll be returning with what's happening in the world of business.
Brought to you by...
Participate in the 545 jackpot and win millions in daily and weekly prizes. The 545 jackpot is brought to you by Centenary Bank, our bank.
My home, I smile when I think of you, Uganda. My home. My home, I dance when I look at you, Uganda. My home, oh my Uganda.
I know with you I'll always stay forever. I know, because I feel
At MTN, we look forward to starting another exciting journey together to grow our home, Uganda.
Five times the winning, yeah. 5 times the happiness, yeah. 5 times the luckiness, yeah. 5 for 5, oh yeah. It's 5 for 5. 5 for 5. 5 times the money, yeah. 5 times the shopping, yeah. 5 times the prizes, yeah. 5 for 5, oh yeah. It's 5 for 5. 5 for 5.
Win 100,000 Uganda shillings weekly in the 5 for 5 jackpot. Simply download the Center mobile app. Click Center on the go to open your account online. Transact 5 times or more using Center mobile, Center Visa, and Center agent to stand a chance to win. The more you transact, the higher your chances of winning. So, participate in the 5 for 5 jackpot and win millions in daily and weekly prizes. The 5 for 5 jackpot is brought to you by Centenary Bank, our bank. Centenary Bank is regulated by the Bank of Uganda. Customer deposits are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund.
Echa COVID-19 kijja kugwa only if we stay at home, observe physical distancing, wear masks properly, sanitize or wash our hands with soap and water regularly, or get vaccinated now.
Uganda, today is a great day to work towards your dreams. Dial *185 *7# and select savings to save as low as 500 Ugandan shillings on regular savings or 250,000 Ugandan shillings for fixed deposits. Airtel Money Super Saver is powered by KCB Bank Uganda. Airtel Money, instant, secure, borderless. T's and C's apply.
Getting GoTV was the best decision James has ever made. Finding a good place to watch football was never easy, but it was costly until James discovered something big. Now he can finally enjoy the benefits of homegrown advantage with a decoder and 1 month of GoTV value. For just 25,000 shillings, enjoy the world's biggest leagues and cup competitions. GoTV Uganda, love it.
You know, you could just buy a new smartphone from anywhere in Uganda. Dial *175 *94# to activate a 100% double data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles for 3 months. Better yet, you automatically receive free 1 GB valid for 30 days. You are hooked already, aren't you? Enjoy a 100% double data bonus from Airtel. Buy a smartphone from anywhere in Uganda and insert an Airtel SIM card. Dial *175 *94# to activate a 100% data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles, valid for 3 months. Dial *175# and select your preferred bundle to activate a 100% data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles, valid for 3 months. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Hey there. Are you interested in doing a course in the computing field? Well, we have you covered. Mara, University of Science and Technology, under the Faculty of Computing and Informatics, offers undergraduate programs in Bachelor of Information Technology, Bachelor of Computer Science, and Bachelor of Science in Software Engineering. Master's programs in Information Systems, Health Information Technology, and Business Informatics. Postgraduate diplomas in Information Systems, Health Information Technology, and Business Informatics. We also offer a PhD in Computing by Research. For more information, reach us on the contact details below or visit our website fci.mas.ac.ug. For applications, visit our online platform and apply now.
Welcome back from that break, and this is News Tonight here on UBC TV. Let's look at some news pertaining to sports, and Bank of Uganda has committed to support the digital financial technologies to build a dependable infrastructure for data safety. While officiating at the 3rd annual FITSPA conference, the Director, National Payment Systems in the Central Bank, Make Aumo, pledged to establish a data protection center in the Central Bank. This, our first story in the business segment.
The Central Bank is working on the National Payment Systems Act to build the trust and integrity of the financial digital platforms.
And integrators like Pegasus and many other fintechs. So the law is largely about that. It says how you come in, how you're expected to behave, and how you can exit. It is supported by 3 regulations so far.
At the 3rd annual FITSPA FinTech Conference of 2021, Central Bank assured stakeholders on the infrastructure development aimed at creating a central shared data processing center to reduce the cost of running these digital platforms.
Issues of interoperability, connectivity issues, digital financial literacy. So all this cannot be done by the Central Bank, but has to be done in a collaboration.
Bankers in Uganda have registered tremendous achievements of financial inclusion in their partnerships with digital platforms.
Fintechs are very important enablers. They are partners in all our strategy sessions today more than ever. We plan with them in mind and to work together. And therefore the word collaboration.
The discussion to engage stakeholders on policy, regulation and consumer protection covered the 3rd FITSPA annual conference of 2021. The conference held on the theme, Building a Safe and Regulated Ecosystem.
How do we sustain the adoption and growth in the usage of these digital platforms in a safe manner?
There are several hiccups against new innovations, plus blanket regulations that still hinder the appreciation of digital economy in Uganda.
To create a unified voice for the Uganda fintech ecosystem to engage varied stakeholders on policy, regulation, and varied other issues.
Experts want an independent shared fund to support infrastructure development.
On how to put together a fund that we all contribute to, all players, whether banks, fintechs, MNOs, all those in the payments ecosystem, so that we build this fund and it addresses certain benchmarks.
To appreciate fintechs in Uganda, there is a need to create borderless platforms and greater scalability to enable the availability of financial services that were once expensive or scarce. Abdul Nasir Lubwama, UBC News.
It's what
Sports news now, and Express FC head coach Waswa Bosa has affirmed that his team will take full advantage of the experience gained when they took part in the Sekafa Kagame Cup, which they ultimately won. The Red Eagles will host Sudanese giants El Merreikh in the first leg of the preliminary stages of the CAF Champions League.
Express Football Club is set to tussle Sudan's El Merreikh FC in the CAF Champions League first leg game at St. Mary's Stadium in Chitende this Friday.
You play always to win, so same our opponent which I make a big congratulations for winning Sekafa Kagame Cup. We want also win and we make a good preparation.
This is Express's first continental game in close to a decade, and the team is buoyant to put up a fight. Head coach Waswa Bosa, who took the team through light drills, believed the experience garnered during the Sekafa Club Championships in Tanzania is good enough.
I think the team is ready for the preliminary round we are going to play tomorrow, and I think Express has taken long without playing this tournament. So what I think, we are ready for the game tomorrow, and the players are ready, the coach is also ready, and I think tomorrow's game, we respect El Merreikh, but what we want most tomorrow is a win. Thank you.
Boss and Express have upset the odds to become double champions in just 18 months since the tactician took over. The Sekafa triumph came a few months after they were crowned Uganda Premier League champions for the first time since 2012. The former Sports Club Villa and Tor United tactician says that the players believe they can take care of a good El Melik, and victory is all they are targeting.
El Melik, team nonji, mu byafaayo, team nonji, naye kusinziira nti naffe engeri gye twetegeseemu Sekafa yatuyamba nnyo okulaba nga abavubuka basobola okwekkiririzaamu.
Express has so far made 2 signings in Nicholas Kasozi and defender Deos Bukenya as they continue beefing up their squad. Boss and his assistant James Sodoch have also renewed their contract at Wankulukuku. After the first leg in Chitende, Express will shift their attention to the second leg in Sudan 7 days later.
And of course, we wish Express FC all the best in that upcoming game. And today was rather a warm day generally in Kampala, but to know much more about what the weather prospects for tomorrow are, let's have this from Alitubera Juliet.
Hello there, welcome to today's weather update. I'm Alitubera Juliet. Today morning, most parts of the country have been cloudy with light rains, and later in the afternoon, we've had thunder showers in different parts of Uganda. From the rainfall report received for the previous 24 hours, we have seen Soroti having the highest of 54.6 millimeters, Gulu 27.9 millimeters, whereas Kampala reported 5.5 millimeters of rainfall. And from the satellite image taken over Africa, it indicates that the rain belt is still over our country, and we also have a push of moist winds from Congo Forest, that's Congo air mass, towards Uganda, and also the southeasterlies from Indian Ocean are still bringing in moisture, contributing to the wet activities we are experiencing in different parts of our country. Tomorrow morning, we are expecting light rains for most parts of Uganda, apart from some areas in northeastern Uganda and some parts in western where we are expecting sunny intervals. And later in the afternoon, we expect a pickup of thunder showers here and there in different parts of Uganda. For the maximum temperatures, they are expected to rise to 28 degrees centigrade for the northern sector and northeastern. Around Lake Victoria Basin, we expect a range of 26 to 27 degrees centigrade. And for areas in western or southwestern, we are expecting a range of 28-25 degrees centigrade. Kabale Highlands, a maximum of 22 degrees is expected. Elsewhere on the globe, we are expecting sunny conditions for New York and a maximum of 23 degrees centigrade. Showers are expected for London, Amsterdam and Dar es Salaam at a maximum of 30 degrees centigrade in Dar es Salaam. Nairobi, we are expecting sunny intervals and a temperature of 25 degrees centigrade. And that's what we had in store for you today. Have a blessed night.
And that weather report brings us to the end of this first edition of News Tonight. Remember that we shall be back with you at 10 p.m. for our second and final edition of News Tonight. Elizabeth Nakakuni has been on sign language, and I am Rukidi Edward Kijenengoma. Catch you at 10.
Brought to you by Participate in the 545 jackpot and win millions in daily and weekly prizes. The 545 jackpot is brought to you by Centenary Bank, our bank.
The Academic Registrar of Kalasa Agricultural College, with great pleasure, informs graduates, parents, and the general public that the 56th graduation ceremony of Kalasa Agricultural College will be held on Friday, 10th September 2021 from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. The chief guest will be the Minister of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries. The ceremony will be virtual with limited invitations. Therefore, all those authorized to attend the ceremony shall comply with the standard operating procedures stipulated by the Ministry of Health. Graduates, guardians, and the general public will follow the live streaming of the ceremony on UBC television, YouTube, Facebook, at Bukalasa Agriculture College Center of Excellence, Twitter at Bukalasa Agric, and on Zoom. Graduates are particularly required to pay shillings 87,900, including bank charges, into Centenary Bank account number 35100211721. The payment is for graduation, transcript, certificate, and convocation. The list of graduates for conferment of diplomas and certificates in the various disciplines is available on the college website www.bsc.sc.ug. For inquiries, please contact the office of the academic registrar by mail at bsc@bsc.sc.ug.